Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a partition action. And I've got this not just as a prop for doodling, but this is really what a partition action is about. When you have two joint tenants owning property together, those joint tenants, whether they be two friends, whether they be two partners, whether they be investors, whether they be brothers, it doesn't matter. If there are more than two people, two or more people who own property together, and on the deed they describe themselves on the title as joint tenants or joint tenants with rights of survivorship, you have a situation like this. You have two people or more linked to the ownership of real property. Now, what that means is if everything's great, we're going to own the property together, we're going to decide to sell the property together, we're going to decide to rent the property, we're going to decide to mortgage the property. But when there's a dispute between the two parties and they can't agree on which way to go, they're bound by the property. And the law says we're not going to release one or the other. So when we have, let's say, two people living together who are not married, we don't have a divorce or a final judgment of dissolution of marriage that takes jurisdiction. There is no jurisdiction for the ownership of the property. So if two people are living together, which is probably the most common situation, and they break up and they can't figure out that they're both going to sell the house and split the proceeds, or one is going to buy the other out. If there's a dispute in the relationship, oftentimes it leads to a dispute in the ownership, and they're stuck in it together. So when there's no agreement on what to do, the courts are there, and a partition action is there for the parties, either party, to go into court and ask the judge to literally partition or split up the property. Now, if I was strong enough or willing to try to pull this together without them flying apart, I'd show you. But breaking this connection is what the court will do, and is what the court is there for as a last resort for a dispute between owners who own property and can't figure out what to do. That's a partition action. So, if you have any questions, feel free to call us. We're always here for you. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.